I'm Colette and I want to talk to you about whole class yoga. So yoga in schools, that is not breakfast club, lunch club or after school club. It's for the whole class with the teachers and the teaching assistants during the school day. Why do we need to do this yoga during the day when we would be doing art or literacy or some other subject? Because it can really engage children into whichever subject it is that you want them to be drawn into. Why do the grown-ups have to be involved? Because it shows the children that this is something to respect. This is something that the grown-ups want to be involved in, that the teachers want to be a part of as well. This isn't something that they're just kicking the kids out to go and do with another grown-up whilst they do some marking or quickly nip to the toilet or something. This is something important, which is a big message to send to children. So the kids yoga that I'm planning here, that I've been emailing out this morning to schools and just decided, hey, do you know what, it's much better just to talk to people face to face. What is it all about? So if you've received one of these, there is information in here about who I am and why you should do yoga in schools. So I'm probably sure you know a bit about yoga, and I'm probably sure you know why you should be doing it. But I'm just going to cover some of the bases. And if you are interested, there's loads more information in here. It's packed full of information. I'm not going to go into it because it's nicer to read sometimes than someone waffle on at you. But it can really help with children's mind space time. So giving children time to calm the mind, to calm the chatter that's going on in there all the time, and to just really focus on something that is pure to them. So when I say pure to them, I mean focus on something that doesn't need loads and loads of thought process about how do I do this, but I don't understand, but he's doing it like this and I think I should be doing it like this, blah 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 blah. Yeah, we just cut through all of that. We don't need any of that, and it's just following a really simple, really fun story whilst moving our bodies all together at the same time. So in this document you'll find out a little bit about myself, about my background. I am a trained, qualified and very experienced early years specialist teacher. I also have lots of qualifications in yoga, in baby yoga, toddler yoga and kids yoga. I explain a little bit here about why yoga in school is really important for the mind and body awareness, but also it really goes deep down into a child's self-esteem, as well as the whole class interacting with each other and classroom behaviour. So classroom behaviour can be a really stressful thing to try and manage for some teachers. And you'll see in this part of the document here how I highlight that the classes can actually really benefit the classroom teacher and the adults involved in that class as well. So they should see behaviour starting to improve, mental state and health of the children and of the teacher being lifted, classroom performances can be enhanced, as well as teacher resilience, teacher effectiveness, and overall classroom climate can change and be so much more positive. So here we go on to have a really good in-depth look into kids yoga and why it is so wonderful to explore this within a whole class situation. Okay, what next? And how do you book? So there's information here about how you can book onto having me pop into your school for 3 different levels of in-school yoga. So we've got level 1 here, which is a standalone kids yoga workshop, so I just pop in the once. We've got level 2 here, which is a whole term of story-based yoga for 1 year group. So I will tailor that class for just 1 year group for a whole term. It can be on whatever topic or story you want. And then level 3 here, this is where it gets really interesting, where I can come in and meet with a subject leader, and we can discuss how yoga can be incorporated into that subject and how yoga can be used to really enhance that subject and really draw the children's interest and their learning deep into that subject. So they're the 3 different levels. And then our last page just explores a very brief standalone kids yoga workshop. So roughly what we would expect to explore within the workshop. Not only that, but there is so many tools within story-based yoga that you can take over into your classroom management, into moving from one subject within the day to another, moving from one part of the school to another. There's so many tools and techniques that you can use. And if you have got children that are in your class that are doing yoga at the weekends, or that are doing yoga at breakfast club, lunch club, after school club, or whatever, then that is brilliant, and they are going to have tools to help themselves. But very often children need reminding, and if you are attending a class with me, then you will be able to remind them throughout the day all the tools and techniques that they've got within themselves already to use. If you've got children that aren't doing any yoga, again, we will be able to teach them these wonderful things that they can use all the way throughout the day. Some of the stuff that I touch on within different stories is really helpful and great for lunchtimes and playtimes, which is a time that children can often feel isolated. There's no mummy or daddy to look after them and cuddle them. Their classroom teacher, who they often build up a very strong bond with, isn't there. And sometimes this can be a bit of a worrying, anxious time for some children. And again, there are tools and techniques within the yoga that can help them. If you're interested, please get in touch, because I have got so much to offer you beyond just yoga classes. I have all my teaching expertise and background as well, which fuses all together beautifully to create a wonderful package for you. So don't be afraid to get in touch and just find out a bit more, and I shall chat to you soon. Okay, bye.